Hi friend, I hear you have some important views about technology and education.
Yes, I have some great ideas that will revolutionize education and will solve all of the world's problems.
Whoa! Slow down there, cowboy. What evidence do you have to back up your ideas?
Evidence? My idea got 5 likes on Facebook.
No, kiddo, in the real world, you need more evidence to back up your claims.
But how do I do that?
I'm glad you asked. We need to conduct something called research first. Come, join me as I show you how to get your genius idea the academic recognition it deserves. Right, so the first thing you need before you start your research is a question.
I don't need any question, I already have all the answers.
No, you don't have any answers yet. You need to have a research question first.
Okay. So what sort of question is considered a research question?
Good question. One of the major mistakes people make is that they develop a very broad research question. You need to be clear about what it is that you want to research.
Not just that, your question needs to be comprehensible, so that others can easily get what you are trying to accomplish with your research.
Oh, that sounds easy. Can I start now?
Not just yet. It is important to conduct what is known as a literature review before you begin researching.
Literature review? You mean like Shakespeare?
If you want your idea to be academically valid, it's important that you make sure your idea hasn't already been researched.
Okay, I get it. So how do I conduct a literature review?
A literature review shows how the research you are planning on conducting fits with what has gone before and puts it into context. The literature review conveys to your reader the existing knowledge and ideas on your research topic, and the strengths and weaknesses of these studies.
But why is this important?
The knowledge you will gain from your literature review will not only allow you to get a better understanding about the research you want to carry on, but your evaluation of the scholarship already produced gives your research credibility.
After you finish your literature review, it is important to go back to your research question and evaluate whether or not, in light of all the research you have done, it still is a valid, useful question to ask.
Okay, so I've done the literature review, gone back and re-evaluated my research question. Can I start collecting the data now?
Well, you have to understand what is research methodology first.
Research? What?
Right. A methodology is a guideline for solving a problem, or in your case, writing a proper paper.
This research methodology thing sounds interesting. Tell me more.
Well, firstly, you should know that there are 2 types of research: empirical studies and meta-analysis.
Basically, empirical studies is a methodology of gathering information about your question through direct or indirect observation. The data you get then can be analyzed quantitatively or qualitatively. On the other hand, meta-analysis refers to methods focused on comparing and contrasting results from different studies, in the hope of identifying patterns among study results.
Wait a minute. Quantitative and qualitative. Those are some big words. They sound the same to me.
No, they are quite different. Quantitative research has to do with numbers that can be measured, while qualitative research deals with more complex forms of data that cannot be measured numerically. For example, you can use basic statistics to interpret quantitative data, while you need to use more complex forms of interpretation for qualitative data.
So which one is better then? Which one should I use?
The dividing line is not necessarily so clear-cut. Some forms of research better lend themselves to quantitative analysis, while others are more suited to be qualitative, for example, interviews or case studies.
Wow, that's a lot of information. I bet that I can be a fantastic researcher now.
Not so fast. You still need to go out there and collect your data. After you do so, you have to interpret the data you collect, and draw conclusions on that.
Wow, that's a lot of work still to go. Can you tell me more?
Soon. Here comes Mike. He can answer all your questions.